Tell Me How You Really Feel show, episode number 79. Wow, we've been really at this for a while. 79. These numbers are getting higher and higher and higher each week. For my people looking at us live on IG, I'm about to get my boy Global HP in here in a second. But for all my people watching us on YouTube right now, what's going on? How y'all doing? Tell me how you really feel. What's up, HP?
What's good, yo? Just trying to get over here on the Instagrizzy. Trying to get my life right. Where we at? Oh, boom, there we are. There we are. You're gonna have to call out the comments for your boy, because I got the way my phone's set up. Can't see the comments, but
I've been getting in there and trying to make you a moderator.
Okay.
That way, like maybe that would give you like control over seeing the comments. But
well, the thing is, I have my phone set up behind my computer.
Oh, so like you can't even see the it at all.
I can't see the bottom of the screen type shit. Yeah.
Okay. Mine is a little bit higher up right now, so I can see both.
I can see it in your eyes.
Yes. Whoops.
I can see it in your eye.
I suppose I can try to focus over here a little bit more. What's going on, Louise?
Louise.
And the mute is on. How we doing, bro? How you doing, Louise? Me and we supposed to go to Top Golf a little later. Come on, bro. Come on down. It'll be fun.
That sounds fire. Top Golf on the day off?
Top Golf on the day off, exactly. Are we inviting people? We may be sending these invites. Louise, go ahead and send this show out to a few of your friends for the Tell Me How You Really Feel show. We're gonna be working on I'm echoing on your side. I hear me echoing.
Yeah, you shouldn't be anymore. I just got it fixed. Keep going. It should be figured out.
Can I talk? You got some questions? You got something to say? Sure. We can add a guest. You want to add a guest?
Come on with it.
Yeah, my man needs to talk. Let's see what's up. I love interaction, so this is going to be great. Talking about people that are not getting it because they're watching the playback on YouTube. If you want to interact with us live during the Tell Me How You Really Feel show, make sure you're following us on IG, right? Our IG handle is listed right there in the bottom on the ticker at Tell Me How You Really Feel show. What's up, Luis? What's going on, my man? I'm happy you're out of the hospital, man. You told me you was in the hospital. I'm happy you home. Yeah, how the pups? Yeah, you. Oh, okay. Couldn't be there to take care of them. I get that. Oh, yeah. Well, that ain't so bad. So what? Sometimes it's not. Being alone doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be lonely, bro.
Amen.
Right. Yeah.
Chill.
Absolutely. What's going on, Cassie? What's going on, T? Yeah, and that's part of what we're going to talk about today is the relationship with yourself. Like, I felt the same way. I was like nervous and I was kind of anxious just being there by myself. And then once I wasn't by myself, I kind of missed I kind of missed my solitude. I kind of missed my having quality time with me. Fuck what anybody else is talking about. You ever felt like that, HP?
No, I have. You know, you feel like that after loss. You feel like that sometimes after travel, sometimes after drugs, after a breakup. And then sometimes you come back to the realization that you need that time alone. That's what's going to help you get to that next point of happiness or that next point of just comfort. So, yeah, I've definitely been in that mind frame. And I've always been somebody who enjoys my alone time. Like,
Luis, you clatter it. You clatter it a lot. You clatter it a lot.
Maybe we should give the floor to Luis.
Yeah, man. But hey, tell me how you really feel. What's one thing that's been on your mind this week? Maybe we could talk about on the show. We're talking about relationships with the self, with family, with romance. Give me like maybe one thing that has been on your chest you might want to talk about. You, Luis, my caller that came in, he was like, I need to talk, so talk.
Yes. Man. Whoa.
Talk about it. Talk about the challenges you're having. Right. So you want to address? You want to address that, HP?
It's tough. I mean, it can be so easy. Sometimes you walk into a situation where from the jump, you and this partner or this person you're pursuing have just been entirely upfront with each other. And so there's no reason for that creep to even come into mind. And then there's scenarios where you may have been upfront the whole time, but this person has just grown up as kind of just curious or kind of just mistrusting, or they think they're going to be misled because of their relationship they've had with people or friends, or they've just taken in too much entertainment and they just think all this stuff. They see too many TikToks, are like, oh well, you're this and this, you definitely are likely to cheer something. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. Like, I think the only way to combat that is to have the conversation with the person, like reassure them for one, for two, give them an idea where you are, where you're going to be, how long you're going to be there. You know what I mean? Kind of those extra things that'll make them feel a little bit more secure about what you're doing. Because if you're just like willy-nilly, I'm about to go have a drink, like motherfuckers' mind starts to go, especially if they're anxious. They'll be like, I have a drink. Okay. You don't know where, you don't know how long, you don't know with who. So then like a mind starts to roll. So as many like exacts you can give a person, I think that would help, and that has helped me towards just like building that trust and like limiting those fears of people being independent and not like disrespecting their relationship.
I feel that completely. Yeah, it's communication, but it's also like you have to have a certain level of trust as well to make something like that work. What's up, BJs? Like insecurity, I think, is mostly rooted in like mistrust, right? You either mistrust other people's actions or words, right? Or you mistrust your own understanding of those actions, right? So like, for example, if if you tell me maybe you're going out to have a drink, but I don't trust you, then my brain is going to overthink and be like, well, what is he really going to go do? Right? You could have told me the truth, but because I don't trust, I'm just going to make up this scenario that something else might be happening, right? Or if I don't trust myself, right? And you tell me, hey, this is happening, I'm going at 4, I'm going to be done by 6. I'm hanging out with Dave and Brian, and we're going bowling, right? If you don't trust yourself, right, then you're never going to be like, well, shoot, can I just deal with the fact that they're telling me the truth? Like, can I accept that the truth is actually true? Because that's even worse. Like, say you do tell a motherfucker the truth every time and they just don't believe you. So I think it comes down that it's that insecurity is something that each person has to work through themselves, right? You can't make somebody less insecure than they want to be.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think you can actually, you have a good point there, but I think I don't think anybody wants to be insecure, but I do think if they're put in situations like it can just like crater what was already like unstable ground. You know what I mean? And they didn't want it to be unstable ground, but like that's just where they were. And then you do something and it just craters that. I think that's entirely possible. But what brought that question to light, Luis? Like, have you had these conversations? Is it something that you've dealt with for a while? Is this new for you? Amen. Yeah. Yeah.
It's new, exciting, and fun. Yeah.
Hey, but that's reasonable. That's reasonable to ask yourselves those questions. And then if you come out on the other side of that question with bullet point, while you're still in it, boom. That you've realized what you're doing. If you come out of that question, bullet point, and still confused why the fuck you're doing what you're doing, then boom, you have the answer too. And I think we all get lost in like that middle ground of like, well, I'm here, maybe I want to be here and I should be here, even though I think I don't. It's like I do this all the time. I ask myself these tough questions, and then my answer supports what I'm doing or doesn't support the life I'm living. And then based on that answer, I need to construct what I want to do and how I want to move forward. So I think that's a part of being alone. You kind of just have to sit with yourself and ask those questions. Write it down, think about it.
Yeah.
Yo. The grass is greener.
Yeah. The grass always appears greener.
What were you thinking?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, we do. Yeah. You got your baggage and you got their baggage. I think Tiso Shah gave a good point. He said a good way to help with that insecurity is to introduce your friends to your significant other. Bring them around. Invite them with sometimes. Communication is key. And like the more she knows about your friends, the more comfortable she's going to be with your friends. Right?
Or with
So
you,
like,
with your right.
Or with you, with your fans. Like, for example, one of my best friends, right? He had this girlfriend. I never liked his girlfriend. Like from the jump. I did not like it. But he liked it, so I loved it, right? To this day, apparently this friend, this now ex-girlfriend, she still thinks of me as one of his only palatable friends that she likes the most. Like she's like, "Oh, you're hanging out with Phil? Great. You go hang out with Phil. I love Phil." And I've never liked this girl, but she loves me because he brought me around. We hung out together, and I didn't act a fucking fool when she was around. So she thinks I'm the standard. And that's what you got to do. You got to bring her around your friends that know how to act right. That's very important. Bring her around your friends that know how to act right. And once she kind of like sees the vibe, like with the tribe that you move with, then that should alleviate some feelings of like doubt or insecurity that she may have. And if that doesn't do the trick, then obviously it's something else going on in that noodle of theirs. What's up, Mercedes?
Yeah, and sometimes it won't do the trick. But like I think another hard thing is like, yes, we know relationships are hard, but like what are the triggers that tell us, yo, stop trying, move the fuck on? Like I think a lot of people have that struggle too. Cause like
when to let go?
Yeah, like when do you
this guy
convincing yourself that it'll work?
I have a hard time letting go of myself. I would tell you that straight up. Yeah. Yeah. You can. I mean,
right.
yes. Well, we've covered something like that on the show before. Like they say the men benefit the most from marriage. I disagree, but women benefit the most from divorce. So that will kind of track with your logic, right? So it's like it may be miserable, but most men think that they're going to lose out on something. Like most of the time, they think it's money or it's time with their children, because most family courts will side with the mother, right? They have the whole like mother state things. Like I think that is such a stupid like rule. There's certain states that are just like, well, if it's a toss up, just give them to the mom. Like that's a weird like rule and law. But anywho, so that's why they wouldn't leave. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And I saw a comedian say something like that. Did I send you that? They're like, the reason why so many people have kids is because it's easy to make kids, right? Imagine if in order to make, all you have to do is have sex. Like everybody can do that. Like imagine if both people had to run a marathon in order to have a baby.
Had to get a degree.
Right. Or both people had to run a marathon. There'd be like 9 kids in the world and they'd all be from Kenya. Like stop playing.
Marathon babies.
Right. Right, exactly. Yeah, it'd be with the one dude. It's the whatever that dude that holds the world record is. That man repopulating the earth by himself.
Definitely Kenyan.
So Shy is saying when you're not willing to put in the effort of hardship or wait for their partner to grow, it's time to bounce. What's up, Ivan? 00310. I wish there was is there a cool way to say that? 00310. Anyway. A proper scouting report is key before a lifetime commitment. That is true. And you're bringing up so many other things that I've seen online today. Like you're like, I saw this thing that said that
is true.
That these women were like, their mind was blown, right? That they're like, did you know that when a man decides that he wants to get married, he will marry the girl that is in front of him?
No.
And in my logic, I was like, well, duh. Yeah. Like that's what it hit like, but they did this whole minute video where they tried to explain it. And I was like, what is there to explain? Dude wants to get married, so he marries the girl that he's dating currently. Like that makes sense, does it not? I didn't say that it wasn't. I said that that's why they were like so like enthralled with the idea. I'll have to put the TikTok. I'm gonna write that down and put that TikTok on our story. But yeah, they were so surprised but that makes sense. Like because as a man, most of the time we have most of the control over when to get married. So if I decided I want to get married tomorrow, right? I'm gonna get married to the girl I'm probably dating. Like that just makes sense. If I have a girlfriend and I decide I want to get married, like I'm just gonna propose. Like that's it. And then the lady was so appalled by, she was like, yeah, this guy told me, he broke up with me. They got married a year later. He calls me. He's like, you're the one that got away. And she was like, well, why didn't you do something about it? Like, why didn't you just propose then? He was like, because I wasn't ready. When I was ready, you were already gone. And so I married her.
Yeah.
And I was just like, duh. Common sense. No, does anybody else think that's common sense? Talk to me in the comments. Is that common sense, or is that, the tunnel theory? I wonder what that is. You don't want those things before you get to a certain point. Meeting the right person at the wrong time is just as bad as the wrong person or the wrong reason. I also think that, like, that makes 100% sense. Because like if you had the one that got away, it's because they wanted marriage, you weren't ready to do it, y'all had a bunch of resentment and falling out about it. So now you're thinking about it like, damn, like I gotta be more intentional about this shit, either letting them know that we're not doing this off the jump, or but now it's like I'm thinking about it more now, what that would have had to look like. And now that I'm thinking about what it would look like, it ain't so bad. But this bridge, it seems like this bridge is burned. So I got this. We already started constructing this bridge, so I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Really though.
Do you think that men should try to go back to, you know, the one that got away, or you think it's more likely that they just marry the one right in front of them? What do you think?
Okay, which one's more than likely, or which one should they do?
Give me what's more likely, and then give me what do you think they actually.
I think it's more likely to just marry what's in front of you, what's closest to you at that time, if that thing clicks for you.
Yeah.
I think what should happen if you have come across that person and then you thought, you know, you just weren't there when you had them. Yeah, by all means, I try and go back there. Like you could be entirely two different people, but why wouldn't you not? If you finally made it to that point where they were trying to get you to, why would you not seek them out? And then, you know, whatever happens from that point. At least, you know, you can't say you didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I feel like not a lot of men wouldn't want to. They maybe just too much pride, wouldn't want to go back to this person saying, "Oh no, I want you." Like, where you at? Like, I do whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah, because it's gonna have to come with a lot of humility. It's gonna have to come with, you know,
a lot of told you so's.
Yeah, depending on the person. Now, I think there is a certain amount of like gloating and badgering that it's just like, hey, all right. Like I've apologized. I've admitted that I was wrong before.
Yeah.
Like I will not sit in here and constantly be browbeaten because of past decisions. Like we either moving on or we're not.
Amen.
You got to decide.
Amen.
I say it all the time, like for people that, oh, I just can't get over it. They did this to me or they did that to me. All right, if you can't get over it truly, then don't talk to that person anymore. But the fact you continue to talk to them means that you either got to forgive or you got to go away. Like those are the only two choices you can make: forgive or go away.
Point blank.
But shoot, Luis, thank you for sharing that with us. You gave us a lot to talk about. Hey, and it's gonna lead to some even better conversations later on in the show when we start talking about some of the other topics. Oh, it's all good. You. It's all good. And I'll talk to you later, Luis. All right, Victor Hernandez 1000. What's going on, baby? Welcome to the Tell Me How You Really Feel show. It's a show that we do on IG once a week on Wednesday at 9 Eastern, 8 Central Time. We also had the playback for you on Instagram or on YouTube. Just follow us over there at Tell Me How You Really Feel show. All one word. Tell Me How You Really Feel show on YouTube.
Yeah, this year we're trying to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watched. So we've already got content there. Go over, subscribe, watch some minutes, watch some hours. Help us accomplish our goals.
You'll have the clips there as well as the full episode. So if you missed the episode, you got a friend that you think is going to want to hear some of these gems we drop in, send them over to our YouTube channel at Tell Me How You Really Feel show. So, boom, we're on episode number 79, bro. Can you believe it?
Man, it is amazing. And no, at the same time, it's been like
I feel like the relationship between like us has evolved. Like, because I don't know if people know like our history. If you're just not learning about the Tell Me How You Really Feel show, but like me and Hank kind of were in similar social circles, but we're kind of on the periphery on opposite sides. And so like. Yeah. By the time that I was moving into our college town, Hank was just about to move out of our college town. And we mostly just kind of hung out with the same people in spurts. So me and HP are a friend of a friend, basically. But over the last 2 years or so, we've created a new kind of relationship between the two of us. And I'm happy that we've done that, bro. Because
Yeah, man.
I've learned a lot from you. I
No,
appreciate you.
facts, man. Appreciate you. Learn a lot about just like how you grew up. And then just in this process, like it started off as something really just informal. You know what I mean? Started off as something really just, okay, we need this. Do you hear something scratching?
Me? No.
Oh, okay. It started off like we need this. Like we want this is good for us. And it gives us a way to just get some shit off our chest.
Right. It was on
Then we're like,
our
yo,
IG page.
right. Then it became like, yo, if we're gonna spend the time doing this, like, can we profit from it? Like, is there a way to like do it? Is there a way to like bring in the things that we're already doing, utilize the knowledge that we have, utilize the systems that we have? And then so we're kind of seeing that like personal side of each other, and then that like business tenacity side of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we're both trying to grow in that realm. You know what I mean? Like building businesses is the hardest thing,
bro.
One of the hardest things to do,
bro. It's a grind.
You know?
It's such a grind.
And that's the thing. We're gonna speak about the grind as well, but and that's the problem. We need to do it so much smarter. Like we grind at it, we spend so much time at it, we throw time at it and not really like philosophy or tactics sometimes
right.
at it, especially if we don't come from like business building backgrounds, business building people. I didn't go to business school, like
I did.
You don't come from that shit. Yeah. But like we've done it, so that's why it's even a thought of ours to do it. But if you don't come from that stuff, you attack it a little differently. And so it's been fun just trying to figure out the way to attack it, the way you attack it, the ways I attack it. You know what I mean? And like having Coach T out here kind of giving us the game on how one another works.
Oh, for sure. Coach T, the silent mentor. You don't see they just see T so shy in the comments. They don't see T so shy on the background. Like T calls me just as much as you do to talk about the show. T, the silent partner.
Right. This since been, so you got to have those. But yeah, man, it's been a process just developing our relationship, and it's been fun too. Just like it wasn't brand new, right? Which made it easier to roll into this. We had a familiarity, so it was easier to get it kicked off.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's so dope. So yes, so we talked about we're talking about relationship with a little bit of spouses. We talk a little bit about a relationship between some of our friends, right? So it's New Year's 2023, right? And I've been trying to focus on the most important relationship of all is the relationship with my motherfucking self. Cause like I was reading this book called The 6 Habits of Growth. And one of the first habit is motivation, right? And the 3 principles of motivation they talk about are raising your ambitions, having positive expectancy, like you have to want more, you have to expect shit to go right in your life. Like if you want more but you never expect shit to go right in your life, like how motivated are you going to be to actually work hard? Because you don't really believe that shit's ever going to happen. Like you can want bigger things, but if you don't ever believe that shit's going to happen, then you're not going to really work very hard for it. What up, 44 cocktails? And the third one was get moving, right? Like get in motion, like start something, do something, stay in motion, because that's why you get the saying like the rich just get richer, right? Because if they're already in the motion of making money, it's probably easier to make more money. Whereas if you're sitting at home broke and crying, it's going to be a lot harder for you to go out and make $1,000 tomorrow versus a dude that already makes $1,000 every day. They just gonna, I need 1,000 more. I'm already in that motion. We can just work a little bit more at doing what we're doing, or maybe they're around other people that are in motion that can help them. And so the part that I'm working on is the second part, the positive expectancy, right? I'm trying to work on this relationship of like self-belief. Like I have to start believing that shit's gonna go right in my life.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of part of that's the most important thing that I'm working on with myself relationship right now. How about you, man? What's going on with you?
think the most important part to me is just the transparency and vulnerability with myself, with my woman, um, and just my immediate family members. I think it's the transparency and vulnerability that's the most important thing right now. And just constant awareness of it. I think that's the only thing that like helps you improve. Um, Short of like research study, but like with that constant awareness, that's when you do start to put in like that slight research or that studying or that you just notice it more, whether what you're doing, whether you're in conversation or you're just scrolling through social media, you know what I mean? Sometimes when you're not seeking something, you find it just because you have that awareness of you wake up thinking about it, you go to sleep thinking about it, you know that it's a point of emphasis. Therefore, when stuff, life kind of puts things in your realm, when you're ready for them and as you ask for them or think about them. So that too, just being ready in any conversation, any moment that, it might dawn on me a way to attack this or be more comfortable doing it. But yeah, the relationship with yourself, the most important one of all. That's where I'm at right now because I've seen it. It gets me so much closer. It makes me feel so much better. It makes me feel like my story's my own.
Yeah.
When you dig into those moments and express them, like you're not every other person out here. There's similarities, but we all have this like
uniqueness,
very distinct uniqueness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That has to be shared. It's kind of like we were talking about. Like we don't want to be affirmed about the things we've done well, or like affirmed about the things we've done. But like the things that we've done or been through, like make us us, and we need to be able to recognize them and be okay when other people recognize them.
Hell yeah. Yeah, take them flowers. Like as much as we like to like give flowers, we got to be able to take flowers too. Yeah. Right? Like metaphorically.
Right.
And hell, physically, if somebody want to give you flowers, like say thank you. There's a reason for it. They're trying to celebrate you. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a thing. That's why people give you flowers when you were sick, when you were in the hospital with your knee. You get any flowers?
I did.
You did. See? How'd you feel about those flowers?
I can't front. I'm like, so many flowers? Oh, that's what's up. Like, I was kind of like, a little bit of me was like, man, they had to do this. Like, I don't need like type shit. But it's like at the end of the day, I was like very grateful and thankful.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you got the gift and you didn't even know how to receive it. You was just like, I don't even know if I really want these. Like they're kind of forcing it. Like
think about all the other things except just like accepting it.
Except for being like, else. Oh, these people care about me until they did a gesture to show me. And that was not the first reaction to the flowers. Isn't that wild, bro?
That's wild, man.
Isn't that wild?
It's wild that it's just natural. It's natural.
Why do you think that's so natural? Like, especially to like men to not accept flowers.
I don't know. Just the way you come up. Beatrice, can you turn that down? Can you turn that down? Thank you. It's getting a little echo. I got my baby supporting the show over here, listening to it. I'm like, baby, I can't hear the show while I'm on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She got to put in headphones too, or go to another room.
How do you headphones or so? But thank you for support.
Absolutely, we fuck with you.
Why
As a matter
is
of fact,
that?
If you want to support more, send the show to 17 of your favorite friends. Make sure they're on the Tell Me How You Really Feel show too.
If you want to support more, go ahead and send this show, share it to emails, text messages, Twitters, IGs, Facebooks,
all that.
You know what I mean? That's the way. Facebook is the way. You won't catch me on there, but when I'm looking for a plumber, I hit Facebook and they hit me right back. So,
bing bong.
Bing bong.
It's usually conditional for men. Yes, that is part of it. Conditional loving.
But it's conditional, but it's also like when you don't think you've done something, that's really the root of it for me. It's like if I don't think I've done something, I don't receive affirmations or love or blah 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 blah. Well, and I'm trying to change that mindset as well because it's like we don't have to do everything all the time. And it's like, if
Yeah,
we just do. That's why you see, kudos to the homie. Dang, I don't have his name down here, but the gentleman from Detroit who
right.
teaches karate to the kids.
That we posted on our story earlier.
Yes, he made the point of, when you get old, you see the couples, right? You see the old man, you see the old lady. 10 times out of 10, I'm maybe say 9, it's the man who's caned up on the walker, maybe a little more obese, or just has something wrong with his
Yeah.
formation.
He
And
got
it's the
on
lady who's
the
leading him,
compression on his leg. He got
Yeah,
psoriasis. His skin look like it's falling off. Like he looking bad.
looking bad. But the lady is like, she's chilling, leading the way, making sure we
Yeah,
get into
she
the
looking
car,
like
open the
Betty White and the
door,
Golden Girls. Like they
looking
about to
like
go
Betty
have
White and the
brunch.
Golden Girls.
Yeah.
And that's because all the work. It's like it's just that we feel like we need to be doing something in order to own this manhood, right?
Or
Or to feel
deserve
worthy.
anything.
Yeah.
And really,
so
like, you got to celebrate those near wins, and like, don't let the grind you to a pulp. That's like the biggest thing. Like, because when you think about like what is the grind, like we looked it up and he talked about on the show, it's like the
Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, the Merriam-Webster definition of grind. I'm gonna look it up right now.
And other definitions are to torment, crush, pulverize,
Exactly.
oppress.
Yeah, crushing or grating, hard, dull work to reduce to small particles or a powder. Right? Is that what you're doing to your spirit every day? Reducing it to a fine dust or powder?
That's what you're doing to yourself.
You doing that to yourself, bro. Like this rise and grind shit has to stop. Like work hard, surely, but rest hard, bro. Like chill hard. And I think a lot of people are like, nah, because while you chilling, someone else is working. Yeah, let them work themselves into an early fucking grave. You ain't got to keep up with them, bro. Yo, it's like the story of the tortoise and the hare, bro. That nigga that is grinding all the time is the hare. He's going to fall asleep before the finish line or end up in the hospital because he's been junked up on caffeine for 19 hours a day. And you are going to catch him and pass him in the end, man. What's going on, Travis Wood? You just got to stay the course. And as long as you stay the course and you got a vision, like, you good. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to develop my vision. And once I do that, it's going to be scary hours for y'all niggas. I'm just going to say that now.
It's game over. Yeah, so let's commit right now to stop using the grind.
Yeah,
let's commit to stop talking about the things we're getting after, the work we're putting in as the grind. And just to remember, the mantra really needs to be work hard, rest hard.
Let's talk about the dream. Yeah, let's talk about the dream. Yeah.
What's the dream?
Instead of talking about the grind, we're talking about the dream. Like
facts.
It's like, the work to get to the dream. That's just living the dream. Like, I say it ironically sometimes. People are like, how you doing today? I'm like, living the dream.
Yeah, sarcastically.
And I say it sarcastically, bro. But like in reality, since I have, control over my life and I can pick what I want to, why the fuck am I not living the dream?
Facts.
I can choose to do that. What up, Rod?
What up, Rod? I'm gonna be in Bloomington.
Rod is the common thread.
Look at your phone. Text me back.
Rod is the main common thread between the two of us, actually.
Word, yeah.
That's who we know each other through. So technically, that's why we always get so excited to see Rod, because without Rod, we wouldn't actually even know each other.
Facts.
See, but many party harder than they do others. I mean, yes, that's a self-control thing, right? I'm not saying to go out there and over party, but you got to have something to celebrate, right? Don't just be partying to be partying. Like, that's kind of why I've been sitting in the house so much. But I now realize my life is lacking adventure because I have nothing to celebrate, so I don't go out. But I want to celebrate and I want to go out, which means that I got to start accomplishing some shit worth celebrating.
Yeah.
And that's helping me build motivation.
That was some of my show notes too. It's just about like finding ways to do more but spend less.
Yeah.
You know,
Stop
because
going
we
out and
can,
drinking. Don't buy
yeah,
alcohol. It cuts the budget in half.
in half, right? Stopping drinking
Yeah.
does cut the budget in half.
Or just
Stop
like
going
going out
like,
and buying drinks at a bar. If you don't like buy drinks while you out, you'll spend half as much money. Or your money will go twice as far doing other shit.
facts. And you can still buy them same drinks, just don't buy them out. You know what I mean? Get
Yeah.
that flask. You know what I mean? Just but like just doing more and spending less, because like that's all we really want to do. Like we want to make more so that we can do more, right? But
But
like
what
if
if we
we
could
made,
just do more?
yeah, what if we just do more
Yeah.
instead of making more? Do more with less, like, and just kind of sitting around how that happens. Because like it's not easy. You're not about to just like wake up and go outside and be able to do that, because it costs like 40 an hour to be outside. So like, you have to
Yeah, for
strategically
sure.
work that out. So
At least.
it's not easy, but that's on my show notes too, is like finding ways to do that, man, because I I I love doing, you know, and like I've been out here and I haven't really done much volunteering. So that's one thing I've looked at. I actually signed up for something today. It's to the job, but they got something coming up that what is it, like a food distribution center. But it's like all the volunteering I used to do, what I haven't done none in 2 years.
Yeah. My job
And
actually asked me
so
to volunteer tomorrow as well.
yeah, so it's even as small as that, doing more, spending less. Like I get fulfillment from things like that, and I haven't done it in 2 years. So I'm looking forward to just having that bug to kind of
Scratching that
reignite it.
itch.
Yeah, scratching that itch for sure. But
For
yeah,
sure.
man, you find a way to do more, I applaud you. Find a way to spend less, because I have not.
Shit. Doing more and spending less is you gotta get more creative. And it's like it can be done. Like I remember when I was trying to find like creative date nights, right? I'm always thinking, when you think about dating, all right, I'm taking my lady out, we're gonna go do, maybe bowling, or we're gonna go to this or go to that. And you're like, me being, since I was like financially insecure, right? Because I haven't been making as much money since I moved to Texas as I did in previous places. I'm like worried about the money more than I'm worried about where I can have a good experience.
The time, yeah.
Right. And so like I got so wrapped up in that I didn't even want to go anywhere. Like just I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's no fun. Because what I found out is if you just like get on Google or get on Facebook, you'll find shit that you can go to for free. All you gotta do is get there. Now there's an opportunity to spend money once you get there, but no one is forcing you to whip out your wallet and buy shit. Nobody is.
Right.
Like nobody is forcing you to go. Like you would like to. Your pride probably wants to be able to go out and buy all the shit that you want. But if that's just not how it works, that's just not how it works for the day. You could just take a motherfucker to I found there is a arboretum down the street from that's like 15 minutes away. Trees and flowers and birds and shit. That shit is free. Right?
Yeah.
Go take her out there, take a nice romantic walk through these lily pads or whatever the fuck. And it ain't gonna cost you a fucking dime. And if you with the right girl, she's gonna be happy as shit just for the time spent.
Thanks.
And there's all sorts of little shit like that everywhere that you could do more and spend less. What is it? T is saying it can be done. Rod is saying date night definitely hits the pockets hard. It can. Once them first couple drinks go down, nice think they did. Yeah, they think they daddy Warbucks. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Stop buying drinks out. That's what I'm saying.
Get that flask, get that plastic flask, meld it to the body.
You know or you just gotta you gotta find a way to like. I'm learning through my dry January. It's like, bro, I can have fun and not drink.
True.
Like,
true.
If I just determine that I'm coming out to have fun, like, fuck what you talking about. All the liquor does, I find, is like lower your inhibitions to make it easier to have fun. Right? You kind of fall into fun because you drunk. Everything is fun. Right? Whereas if you have to like be intentional about your fun, like I'll go to a place and I'll have to work up the courage because I'm by myself, just talk to somebody. Right? Anybody. I start off, like, first thing I do is I try to talk to somebody. Oh, hey, I like your jacket's really cool. Where'd you get it? Oh, I got it from this place or this place. I was like, okay, I used to have one kind of like that. I got from here, it had this or that on it. Is it comfortable? I feel like it's probably too warm. Oh no, it's actually pretty good for a place like this. I was like, yeah, it wouldn't be. I wonder if it'd be warm enough for where I'm from, back in Michigan, right? Oh, you're from Michigan, blah blah blah, and you start this conversation, right? But you have to practice that. That's something I had to practice.
Yeah, facts.
And as a salesperson, like that's I use my sales skills to do shit like that. But once you start doing that and making those connections, you'll start to have fun because, of course, there's no fun sitting there by yourself. So what do? You start drinking to lower your inhibitions to make it easier for you to talk to people, or you can just fucking talk to people.
That's real, and we need to. Like, I was reading about this study the other day. They just had something where they had people like shake hands and give hugs before they entered, before the internet environment or as an internet environment. And it's kind of like having that alcohol. It lowers your inhibition. What was the phrase?
I thought it probably like lowers your inhibitions, yeah.
And basically puts you in a place where you're more comfortable in the circumstance. You're more comfortable with these people because you're not as tense. You don't really like have this feeling of distance, right? Because you've closed the ultimate gap. And I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting that somebody like try that as a kind of an experiment, and the statistics were positive. So
yeah, I also read a study like that. It was based on like hugging, and like there were 8 different reasons why, and they basically, one of the thing is it helped to naturally reduce stress. So they ran this study in a retirement home, right? And in the retirement home of the old people that got, there's a group of people that got lots of hugs and a group of people that didn't get hugs, right? In the people that got regular hugs, they found that they had reduced amounts of cortisol, a stress hormone, in their brain, right? There was more serotonin in it, that the happiness hormone, and the results were conclusive that the residents who touched or hugged 3 or more times a day had more energy, felt less depressed, and were better able to concentrate and had more restful sleep than the less hug counterparts. Isn't that everything you fucking want out of your fucking mental health? Those 4 things.
Yeah.
It's like all I gotta do is hug a nigga. Like all my friends getting hugs now. Like I've noticed that since I become single and like I don't get as much physical touch at home, all my niggas getting hugs. If I know you, like I'm dapping you up, but nigga, you getting this hug. You getting this hug because I need it. Fuck what you talking about. You probably need it too. You don't know it yet.
Right.
I know I need my hug. So you gonna get this hug.
Right. That's crucial, man. And we were just talking about physical touch the other day. I think our conversation was stemmed it. It's just imagine if we didn't have it. Like species of animal, they talk about like that's one of the things that makes you grow up to be like a normal citizen. I don't know what the term is, but like that study about taking babies and putting them immediately in the arms of somebody, and the more a child is in the arms of another human being, they'll grow up to be a functioning positive person in society. And so that shit is just, it resonates. Like if you can understand, you can have that kind of humanity and know what a person feels like, and like aren't afraid to get close to someone. And the reason you're not afraid of that because you came up and people were close to you. Like if you can do that, I could see how that makes you, at least a little more comfortable in society and a little more fun loving,
Absolutely. Yeah. Like if you're not getting any attention, or like if it really comes down to the question, it's like who is affirming you and who is like affirming you physically and or like mentally, right? You've got to have that sort of connection with other people. Why do you think one of the worst punishments they can give you in prison is putting you in solitary confinement? Because they know that like humans need people. We need each other. And so like the less we try to play that we don't and try to grind until we get it ourselves, Like that shit is a trauma response. You don't think you can depend on anybody else, so you grind yourself into dust trying to make shit happen for you, just so you could be like, oh yeah, look at me, I did this shit. When really it's like, bro, if you would just step back, make some friends, they might make them good friends. They'll help you. If your friend's not helping you, it's because they may not rock with you in that way, or they might be scared, right? Don't be, quick to dismiss or quick to be upset with them. Like, try and see if there's somewhere you can meet in the middle, or maybe introduce them to people that might be able to help them. Let's see what the people on IG are saying. Rod is saying the most beautiful dates or all the cheap dates are in nature. The most beautiful dates, grab a picnic and a blanket, bottle of wine, or a joint, and you're golden. But you don't need either one of those. Yeah, I saw that. I was walking at the lake the other day, and I saw that. It was this walking path. There's this couple and their dog laying on a blanket, like staring up at the sky, like at the clouds.
Yeah.
And there's homegirl, like happy as shit. And it was this fat bald dude with this hot chick, and she looked like she was smiling. I was like, my man is smart. You know what I mean? Like, she's with this man not because he is physically fit, it's because that motherfucker is smart and knows how to treat his lady right. And she loves it.
Knows how to do a lot with a little.
Yeah, because they look like an odd couple, but clearly she's happy as a pig in shit. So he doing something right. Get them together, though. Physical touch is just as important as attachments. You're absolutely right. Ooh. Boy, we over here spitting today. We came in. We already coming up on an hour.
Yeah, we was live in about 5:10, but we'll give the people what they want.
Absolutely, bro. I kind of want to. Which one of these topics should we discuss? Because we have we can talk about the poll real quick. Did y'all see our? You want to talk about the poll?
Yeah. That makes sense. Hit the poll.
So this week in our poll question, I put up this tweet that I found, right? And it's the discussion was sparked off a tweet that said, why give me a reason, fellas, why you hit it and never went back. The response was, the man said, they usually don't like rule number 2. And he says, rule number 2 states clearly that once we start fucking, we can no longer date. And if we're dating, we cannot be fucking. There is a thing where you do both of those things, and that's called being in a relationship. I'm single. That was his take, right? So if you're fucking, that's where you stay. Like, you in the fucking bucket. And if we're dating, in order to not get, things misconstrued as, I guess, emotionally, we're dating. It's like you can go from the fucking bucket, you can go from the dating bucket to the fucking bucket, but you cannot go from the fucking bucket to the dating bucket, is what I'm told. Or maybe you can switch, but like you can't do both. No, I think he was saying that, like, no, you can only switch one way. It's a one-way street too, from the dating bucket to the fucking bucket. Once you cross that line, it's a wrap. Like, we can't go back to going on dates.
Yeah.
Which in practice sounds horrible. But apparently there's some logic to it, because another woman commented on it and said, like, no, this makes total sense. Like, when I'm dating somebody, I do my best to prolong, like, to not have sex with that person because I'm trying to get to know them. So as weird as it sounds, it makes sense. Let's see. The people are saying, they laughing. T's like, well, shrug.
Because I get it. I mean, like, everybody has their own preference on how they want to handle shit. So
what do you think? Is it facts or is it fiction?
It's fiction for me, but I can see that being facts for anybody, for somebody. Like, we all decide how we want to enter this world of, like, dating, or this world of hooking up. You know what I mean? Like, and what influences that? Only you know. But if somebody feels that if they have an interaction, and that interaction goes left into fucking, and they know that shit, okay, well, this person's in the fucking bucket. Or if they know that interaction goes right into an outing together, then they know, okay, this person's gonna go in this dating bucket. Like, it could just be clear as day for them. And I can understand that. You know, and if they have their own rules about saying, hey, okay, we can go from dating to fucking, but we can't go from fucking to dating. Who am I to say, nah, that's cat. Nobody can do that. What are you thinking? Like, some people can compartmentalize and make that happen for them. And more power to them. That makes it simpler, probably.
I mean, I can see how it could make it simpler, because I have done this at one point where I did have buckets. Like, now that I think about it, I did have buckets. Like,
okay,
because I had this chick that I met on Tinder, and I was getting the skins, right? Cheeks were immaculate. So, you know, we'd meet up once or twice a week, and I don't think we might have went on like one date in the very beginning, but after that it was just cheeks o'clock, and I got that call, I got that you up text, and that's what it was. So she was in the fucking bucket, right? Well, then I met this other chick that the homie introduced me to, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you should take out my homegirl. The homegirl's blah yada yada yada." I was like, "Okay, homegirl cute. I'll take her out." So we go on a date. The date goes well. She tells me basically that I'm in the dating bucket.
I feel like it's more real for women than it is for men.
It's basically what she tells me is that I'm in the dating bucket. And so I'm like, cool, I guess we'll just date. And it did take all the pressure off of us to, like, it took all the pressure off to, like, oh, okay, I'm dating this person, which is fine that I'm not getting no cheeks, because I got cheeks in the fucking bucket. Like, we just over here going on dates because I like your company, I like your face, I like getting to know you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the disconnect was, just because I like all of these things, that just makes me want to fuck you more, though. Like, so it's hard to, like, once I get to know you, I want to fuck you more. So it's hard for me to keep you in this dating bucket when you saying all the right things to get you stroked to oblivion. Like, I'm not sure what we can do about this, really. What do y'all think? And I think that might have something to do with, you know, some people build better, you know, they get hornier when they build a better mental connection, right? Something called demisexual I've heard of, you know, maybe here or there, because I've done some research on the topic.
Catch one of Tell Me How You Really Feel episodes about it.
Right, the spicy episode is coming back. Let's see. What's up, and what's up, Austin? Let's see. It's a basic supply and demand, is what he says. What do you mean by that? He says, with OnlyFans, Tinder Black, plenty of fish, it's too easy. Supply is up, so demand for relationships is down.
I don't know if the demand is down or the will.
I think a lot of people are subscribing to the grass is greener on the other side thing. I mean, shit, I got caught in that. I got caught in thinking sometimes the grass would be greener, and it like drove a wedge in my last relationship, because they always thought that I was looking at other grass, even when I wasn't. Like, the seed had already been planted, that I was looking over that fence.
Yeah.
And so, like, even if my behavior had changed, like, the belief system did not, because there's that unlimited amount of options, it seems like. But I also think that we all see that most of these options are trash. Like, I don't know if you've been on a dating app lately, Rod. This shit is trash. Like, I'm in a city with 20 million fucking people, yo.
Right.
20 million fucking people. And it's fucking trash. I'm telling you that right now. Like, most of the pretty girls are escorts, right? I'm gonna call it what it is. Like, if you see a very pretty girl on a dating app today, she is an escort or a masseuse, right? That's why I now that's why I now believe Deshaun Watson is innocent. Because, like, I've seen the bitches. Like, they offer massage services, or they say that they want to have a good time, and they post pictures of a massage table and shit. and like for $300 or for $500, they'll give you a 30-minute hour massage. I don't know what kind of massage you think you're about to give for $500 fucking dollars that don't involve my dick in your mouth. Like what? Like that's crazy. So like that's so yeah. It's either that or they catfishing you for money. Those are the things.
Oh no!
Then we run out of time on IG. I don't know how that happened.
Hey, looks like they might have booted us on IG.
I wonder what happened.
I don't know.
I said the wrong thing.
Yeah, you can't talk about escorts on IG, bro.
Oh, I can't.
No, I'm just kidding. Really? It's apparently BJ said when they open the live, it says it's being filtered.
Like every time I click it, it's like this live is being like filtered.
I don't know what that means, being filtered.
Wow. Because I wonder which part. Bro, now I got a whole dude like what?
No, not because the one you were saying like fucking. What did you say? You said
most of the pretty girls are escorts. What I said?
No, before
I said I believe Deshaun Watson is innocent, bro. What? If that got filtered, that's crazy. That's crazy.
No, you said the one about getting piped.
I don't know what kind of $500. I don't know what kind of $500.
Oh, don't involve my dick in
your mouth.
Right? They're like,
damn. Then they just took my mic.
Cut the cord.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's wild. Well,
it's being filtered. Man, fuck out of here. Give me my shit back.
That's why we came to y'all.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, another episode.
It was going so well. That's why I'm shitty, because it was going so well. We had a good combo going. People interacted and shit. God damn. Like I'm kind of shitty.
I feel you. But hey, we're gonna have a talk with Instagram.
Bruh, like, are you serious?
Bro, all 37 of us ain't about to have a coup at the White House because somebody needs to get some head for $500.
Fuck it, I'm going back in.
You going back in? I'm going
back in.
Fuck that. But you want to give him another 10? Wrap it up?
Yeah, we'll go wrap it up. I want to give him an outro.
Get it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, dating apps are kind of trash right now. Boy, what's going on, fellas? Hey, bruh, they want us to be great, bro. Like, apparently it says that we're being filtered out. Is that what it said? That's crazy. Boys can't even have an opinion anymore. Oh, that's tragic.
I'm back.
Right. We in this home. All right. But yeah, I mean, dating apps are not good. Let me just say that. We got kicked. Yeah, we got kicked for whatever we were talking about. Like, it flagged what I was saying and kicked us out, like canceled our live. And it said that it was being
I want to know what words flagged that. That's wild.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say them again just in case. But
that's wild.
Oh, the censorship. Interesting. Oh, let me not say that word either. But yeah, okay. As long as we're talking about let's finish up the part about the dating.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you gone on the stream yard. I'm still here. It's cool. Let's talk about it. Or if you can get back in. But I feel like that maybe even the reverse dating, is it a thing? And even why don't women date broke men? You know? I feel like this touches on all that. Like,
it does. So let me get to the part I thought about reverse dating, right? Reverse dating is what I've coined this idea in my head, right? Imagine this. You and the girl decide to go out on a date, right? But dates often comes with a lot of anxiety for me. I'm gonna speak for myself, right? It might come with a lot of anxiety because like you want to make sure that you're being a gentleman. You want to make sure you're dressed nice, you smell nice, your car's clean, your house is clean, maybe, because you never know what might happen. You're thinking about how much money can you spend tonight. Where are you gonna go? Are you gonna make her laugh? Is it gonna be is she gonna like you enough to maybe perhaps come back for a nightcap? Get a little comfy, right? Is it gonna go down? Because maybe you've been in a drought and it's looking like the Sahara in this mug, and you really, really, really gotta. You're really hoping, right, that you don't end up in the dating bucket tonight. Let's say that ain't no buckets. We're going for cheeks for weeks, right? That's what we're going for. That is the mission. And so I propose this, and ladies, let me know if this sounds like a good idea. Tell BJs, let me know. Reverse dating, right? Instead of going to the date, seeing if the vibe is right, and then deciding, hey, maybe I'll invite this person back to my house and we'll get it popping. We do it backwards, right? We get it popping first. We meet at the crib and we have sex first. And then we go out on the date.
Even if it's fire, if it's whack, either way you're going on the date.
Are you back online?
Well, yeah, we're back online. I got 3 people in the live.
Yeah, she said it's not showing for her.
But I mean, good point. To your point.
To your profile.
Okay. Well, to your point, right? If the sex is whack, then maybe you don't need to go on the date. You can both save your time and save your money if you have the sex first, right?
Mm-hmm.
That works for Tinder, not everywhere. No, I'm saying this. What if this was common practice, right? Like you meet up with anybody, they know what this is going down. Like we're gonna have sex first. If the sex is hitting, then we're going to go on a date, right? Because I find that sex is going to tell you a lot about a person, right? It's going to tell you if that person is confident. It's going to tell you if that person is, shy about, or it's going to tell you if that person is experienced, right? It's going to literally lay them bare and show you the real them. And I know for me, like I cannot lie to you after I let one go. I literally cannot do it. If you want, like, the closest thing, the truth serum is let me pop one off and I'm gonna tell you whatever you want to know. Like, if I ever get arrested, do not let a female officer take me in that back room. I'm gonna tell her everything. I'm gonna tell her everything. So I think if we did that, we'd have more successful relationships. What do you think?
I think we should try it. I think we should get a pool of like 50 people.
Yeah.
Hit up Cambridge. Tell them, you know what? The dating pool out here is real ugly. You hit all these different sites and everybody wants $500 for a date. What do you say we give everybody $400 to get into this study? And it's kind of like Love is Blind. You open a door, you see this person. You have to decide whether if you want to go on a date with them. If you do, then you decide if you want to, take it to that next level first. And that'll tell you whether you want to go on a date and see how many people decide to actually go on a date after taking it to the next level first. Somebody might pay for this shit.
So let's see. Some of the fellas are saying, I'm good. Too many unsafe, unclean people. Of course you would be safe about it, right? Always protect yourself.
We would have them go over to the clinic first.
Yeah. That's
results back 48 hours.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't be. What's the difference? But he's like too many unclean people. What's the difference? If you take her on a date and then go back and smash, she's still the same person. Like she's still gonna be just as dirty if you hit it before or after. So that doesn't make sense. Personally, I believe sex should not
Oh,
be
true that.
sex should not come first. I think that's exactly what the problem is. Well, maybe that's the problem for you. That's usually not the problem for me. In my relationship or in my experience, right? It's like the girl said in the bucket scenario. Like she tries to hold off giving out the pee for as long as possible. Right? So if what you've been doing is keeping it playing keep away with the pee for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, right? Playing keep away with the pee. And in the meantime, I have to do all this emotional labor to get you to fall in love with me, right? And we're falling in love with each other. Once the pee is given, what is to make that person want to stay with you? Because the whole time I've been working and working and working towards this goal by creating this relationship with you, right? And you're working towards your goal of creating a relationship with me. And yet there's one piece of this that is missing that bothers one party and may not bother the other party. So once I think that's like the biggest thing, I think holding out on sex is a detriment because it's like that is why the longer you hold out, the more likely it is that once y'all do have sex, that y'all gonna ghost each other.
I don't know if that's true.
That's what I think. Like if I have,
maybe they both want to.
If we're waiting a long time to do it, like I don't think that. Eventually, people are just gonna lose interest.
Not if that's both of their egos. You know, if your ego stroke is to find the emotional first before anything physical, you're gonna go through that. Like in a hurry, you're gonna be happy to do it that way. You are not that person. But like we're back to it. Relationships with anybody. How are you communicating with them? And you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm not with the physical for I don't know, maybe 6 months, maybe a year." If that person's like, "Cool, let's get it." Sometimes they play themselves and think, "Oh man, it'll be like a month." They play themselves, right? And then try to stick it out. But then another person can be like, "You know what? It's about 4 to 6 months for me too. You know what? Let me get this a try for 6 months, see where we at. It will reconvene." That's for some people. It's just not for you.
Yeah, I think I could probably overthink it, right? And that could be part of the problem is overthinking it. No, I got my low battery notice. We good.
They got you again.
Nah, we good. Let's see the people going in. They're like, that's cap. If niggas had to wait for sex, chivalry would be back overnight. That's what he's saying. Because sex doesn't sustain a relationship. Said that's cap. Make wiser decisions. I think that only applies to your wife. But cats are not looking for wives, though. The question is, do you want wives or do you want 304s?
Wait, what's a 304?
I'm censoring it because I don't want to get us cut off again. 304. You never read 304? You know what 304 is?
Oh, on the phone, HOE?
Yeah, that 304. You tell me you never play calculator games?
Oh, you're silly.
That 304. Somewhat contradictory statements, I guess. But yeah, think about it. Reverse dating. I think it's a great concept because I'm going to be less anxious on the date, right? That we can go on this date. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not sitting there like, like, damn, is this going to go well? Because I think a lot of people, or one of the things I used to do a lot is like, I like to see romantic signs, right? To let me know that the date is going well. If I'm not seeing any sort of romantic signs, if we're not getting any sort of like sympathetic touching, like, oh, when we laugh, we touch each other's shoulder, or we accidentally bump each other's knees and we don't pull away, or, there's got to be like little bits of connection that I'm looking for to tell me that the date is going well. And if I don't see those things, I get more anxious because I'm like, damn, I would think that I think the date is going well, but I'm not seeing these signs. So like, what am I missing? Or like, what do I need to be doing? Or is this just not how they work, or yada yada yada? Like, I have this kind of anxiety building up in my head on this date the whole time that wouldn't be there if I just got the cheeks first. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it would really alleviate the stress of the date and think about if it's going well or not going well if we just got it popping first.
All right, boom. We're going to do a poll on that next week.
I think everything will run smoother because you're not sitting there thirsty over the table the whole time.
Yeah, we get it. It'll go smoother.
Yes. I got results back before anything went down. I actually did.
What was the question?
He's saying if my new part or my new fuck buddy got tested before we had sex, and the answer was yes. Let's see. Rod says he thinks we're getting throttled down. It could be. We've been talking for a while, and it's mostly been very raunchy. So maybe. New platform, maybe. We are on YouTube, so you can catch this episode on YouTube as well. Hopefully, it doesn't get blocked or banned over on YouTube. Yeah. We've been giving it up today.
Tomorrow, not for children.
Yeah, this will definitely be a more ISI 17. As long as you listen to the actual if you listen to past the hour mark. No children for sure. But with that being said, I think we're gonna let it breathe for the night, and we're gonna call it. So thank you all for watching the Tell Me How You Really Feel show. This has been episode number 79. 79. I'm your boy Phil So Fly.
What's your boy Global HP? Thank y'all for pulling in.
Yeah, peace.